good for football videos, but hey, I can still answer your questions. Give me 2 secs, get in the gym, and let's get to it. So yeah, dark nights you got to be inside. Well, continue then. What's the matter with you? Got to be inside. Got 4 kids in a house. I used to think that I couldn't put videos out there, but there's so many people coming through asking questions now, and I want to answer you, I want to help you, I want to take your game to the next level. So we're all stuck in one little house, can't go outside because it's dark, so I've got to do my videos in here. These 2 clowns, one of them's saying he's Money Mayweather and the other one's saying is who? Muhammad Ali? Look. Using the gym, the boxing. Oh, good shot. Oh, he's took him out. Muhammad Ali's gone down. So yeah, so we're all stuck in one place. It's a crazy household. We're in the gym. So let me get started with the questions. So, questions, guys. If you can hear me. Why these 2 clowns? Every time I talk, they stop because they think that I'm going to say stop. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to answer your questions. We've got 4 kids. I'm messing around, clowns. Look. Don't hit him too hard. So yeah, so this is another good thing as well. When your kids are growing up, let them get on with a bit of boxing. Only makes them a little bit tougher. As long as there's no nosebleeds. So anyway, YouTube questions, alright? I did a video on this last night. I watched it back and it was terrible. I was waffling on way too long. So let me get into them. James Pinero. Nice kids you got there, mate. Thanks, James. As you can see, they're crazy, but they are great kids. Eduardo Castillo. Hey Matt, amazing vid. Can you please go into more detail on how to play as a central defensive midfielder? I enjoy the position and want to learn how to become more effective in the centre of the field. So for me, Eduardo, central defensive midfield, it's because of my age and what I grew up watching and who I watched, and it was the Premier League. You've got 2 guys for me. You've got Claude Makelele, Roy Keane, alright? Both central defensive midfielders, not really similar in how they played, but a couple of the main rules, what them guys were about, is about breaking up play, protecting and patrolling the back 4. So, and they've got to have a natural awareness to spot danger and try and stamp it out, all right, and try and hit it at the source, all right. I think that's something that can't be learned, all right, Eduardo. So your awareness on a football pitch, on knowing where to move in central defensive midfield and how to stamp out danger is a massive plus, alright? Then you've got to be able to tackle, win the ball back, break up play. Break up play is a massive thing, alright? If you're going to be a brilliant central defensive midfielder, you've got to be able to break up play. Then you've got to be a decent passer of the ball. You've not got to be your Steven Gerrard hitting 90-yard balls. You then want to give it to your creative midfielders, alright? Think of Coquelin at Arsenal. I think he's come in and he's doing quite well at Arsenal. Breaks up play well, spots danger, stamps it out, wins the ball back, gives it to the players. Alright, Eduardo, I don't know if you can play, if you're a great footballer and you can ping 90-yard balls, Frank Lampard style, Paul Scholes style. I don't know if you're that kind of central midfielder, but if you're a central midfielder that's concentrating on defensive midfield, the best guys in that position, awareness to spot danger, protect your back 4, especially the patrolling the centre backs, stamp out play, win the ball back, give it simple to your players. Think of Coquelin at Arsenal, like I've said. I think he's doing the job really well at Arsenal, and I think that's why they've improved this season. Alright, he started the season well and they're looking good. He stamps out play, wins the ball back, gives it to his players like Cazorla, Ozil, for them to do the 90-yard outside of the foot passes, everything like that. So that's what I say on that. Good luck with it, my friend. I'm sure I've answered a question of yours before. I'd love to answer some more. Keep them questions coming. Next question. Mojo did it. What happens if you kicked it over the fence? Laugh out loud. I think Mojo's referring to my last video, what I did with the boys, with the kids, trying to hit the crossbar and then volley it or head it in. We had one ball between all 4 of us. It would have been a nightmare, buddy. We would have had to run round, get the ball while the camera was still rolling. It would have been one of the longest, most boring football videos ever seen to man. 13 Lepentout. 13 Lepentout? Sorry, I'm a striker. I'm 108 metres tall. 108 metres tall? No. 1.8 metres tall, my goodness, sorry. So I'm only 50 pounds. 50 pounds, 50 pounds. No, can't be that skinny. No, that's skinnier than Peter Crouch. 50 kg, which is not much on you at all, my friend. That's not a problem. I do not know what to do. The coach does not give me much of a chance because I do not have much either in condition. If you could give me more advice and counsel. It's hard to know, Lepentout. I need to know your age. But if I could know your age, then we could start having a look at some of the weights and things you could be doing in the gym. The trouble is, Lepentout, what I'd always say is, that is your natural makeup, okay? So you're quite a slender guy, very tall. So you're gonna be able to improve it a little bit by putting on a little bit of weight through what you eat. You want to up your calories, definitely. But the thing is, if you get too big from anything I tell you, it will slow the things down that you're probably good at. You may be a good mover. You may be very quick. So if I get you to put too much weight on, all right, it's gonna make you improve in one area, but probably slow down in another. So it's about a balance. You want to be looking at weights and kettlebell, things like that. You want to up your intake of food, good foods, good calories, up that to put a little bit of weight on, but you don't want to get too heavy that you're not going to be able to move well. But come back to me, let me know your age, and then I can sort out a program for you to do some weights. All right, buddy? Hope that's helped a little bit. Canny Banani, thanks a lot. Paul Scholes is my favourite player, so naturally I'm going to be training the fade pass. Fade pass is beautiful. I love the fade pass. Like I said in my other videos, like the passing and swerving video, the one where I fell over, fade pass is great, but if you get it wrong, obviously you kick it the way that your foot's. So just work on that. But Canny Banani, thank you for the quote. Very kind, my friend. Shriken, is that how I say it? Thank you so much for all the videos. I'm a left midfield myself, so every video makes it great. It's insane that you're a former pro and that you're willing to help others get better. Well, Shriken, it's not a problem, my friend. You know, what's the alternative? To have all this knowledge up here and just train these crazy guys? I help them out as much as I can, but if I can help you, that's what this channel's for. That's why I started it. So thank you for the kind comments. Any more? What happened to your knee? Check out my last video I did last night. I looked at that back today just before I went work, and I did go a little bit deep. But I always get emotional when I start talking about my knee and my knee injuries. Because, you know why? Not because I feel sorry for myself anymore, because it took me to a place that was not nice. I didn't like living in that place that the knee injuries took me to and I ended up in. So I'm in a much better place now, so I can talk about it. D-Whisper, Peters, Quality, talking about my striker movement video. Thank you, my friend. Salute for you on that one. I think it's quite a basic video, but I think it sort of it talks about, you know, point striker, second man running striker, the one that drops in deep. It's got some decent points in it, but I want to, as I said, hopefully, I'm not put it out there yet, but I'm going to say it now. I might have said it in my last video. Monday morning, I've got an opportunity now, from now till Christmas. Time's opened up in my schedule, Monday, weekday mornings, for a couple of hours. I'm going to try and answer all your questions. So get loads of questions into me, and I'm going to try and give you as many answers as possible. Boom! We're nearly done. That's the YouTube ones. Where's my phone? Let's get to the Twitter ones. Time for Twitter! Jonah Bale come through me on Twitter, asked the pro, could you do a video on anticipating the play? Now, I thought about this, Jonah. I put this in the video that I did last night, what I've already spoken about, and it was a real tough one because, like I've said before about central midfielders and people on a football pitch, anticipating the play is such a difficult thing to do. I think it comes naturally, anticipating the play. It's one of them things that it's just it's in you naturally. I don't think you can really do drills or anything like that that can help you anticipate the play. Now I thought about it a lot, and because football is such an instinctive game, it's an instinct sport. So if I anticipate, it's going to help you by knowing the game. So if you know the game and you think, right, the right back's got it there, say, and he can't go back to his keeper because our forward's there. So your brain's telling you all this, quick, in quick succession. He can't come inside because his central midfielder's marked. So the only ball on is to clip it down the line to his striker. So that's what your brain's telling you, all right? So then you're anticipating the play, right, he's going to clip it down the line into the striker because of your knowledge of football and how well you know football, all right? And then all of a sudden, the right back does a Cruyff turn, nutmegs the left winger and pings a 90-yard ball to their left winger, all right? Because you don't know what he's going to do. And he could have the ability to do that. So knowledge of football is going to help you being able to predict and anticipate certain plays, but football is such an instinct sport. How do you know what he's going to do? All right, you don't know his level of ability, and even if you do, he could do something that totally goes against of what he normally does. You can watch. So what we try and do in professional sport, a lot of the Premier League teams do it now. They started to do it when I was playing, but it's massive now. Is they put down, these DVD guys and video guys put in everything where a striker is going to try and put a penalty, and they give the goalkeeper it. This is where he's been his last 10, 8, 9 times. This is that. So they're trying to make him have a much more better understanding of trying to anticipate what this guy's going to do. But then all of a sudden the guy could run up and just do a little dink and try and just dink it like Zola and Frank Lampard used to do. So it's very difficult to try and enhance your skills on anticipating the play, because how do you know what someone else is going to do? All right, the only way you can really do it is by furthering your knowledge of football, and then still that might not work. So I hope that's answered your questions. I just wanted to say a massive shout out and thank you to a guy on Reddit. Never really heard of Reddit before. What are you doing? Never really heard of Reddit before, but I see, I've been doing some looking at it now and studying on it, and I see that it's a big place to be. And this guy, so kind of him, gone out of his way to write a small article on top quality YouTube video flying under the radar. Listen, and the guy, his handle or his name on there is called Brutus the Bear. Brutus, if you're out there, mate, or the Bear, or whatever you call yourself, I can't find your real name on here, but you're under Brutus the Bear. You wrote a really nice thing about me. It's had a few comments on it. I really appreciate that, mate. Everything I do is just to try and help people with their game. So the fact that someone's noticing and putting it out there on another social network called Reddit is just, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Matt Piper, MPTV soccer question. How did you budget your energy so you could play for a full 90 minutes? Great question, Tim, and this is something I never did. My makeup, how I am as a human being, I go full from the start. I go hard or I go home. That's my attitude to it, all right? I would never not make a certain run where I thought I could get the ball because I'm thinking later on in the match I could get this or I could get that. So my attitude is I was full in, 100%. If I'm making as many runs as possible, but sometimes that attitude was my downfall. It was no coincidence that half these knee injuries that I've got, ankle injuries, hernia injuries, happened between 70 minutes and 90 minutes in a football match. And that's because the guys are telling me, the surgeons, the physios, you're so tired by then that obviously you start putting your body into, obviously as you're getting further on in the game, you become a lot more tired, your core's not working properly, your muscles are not working properly because all the energy is sat from them. So you're very vulnerable to injury. So at times it was my downfall. But what I would say is, I've seen a lot of pros do it and a lot of the top boys. There's so many runs that are unnecessary on a football pitch that strikers make, that that wingers make, or everyone on the football pitch. All right, so sometimes there's no need to make a certain run. You're not going to get the ball, or there's no need to close someone down. And especially if you look at my pressing video, especially if you're pressing on your own and you haven't got any support, you're never going to get near the ball. So you're just doing it to try and look like you're being busy on the football pitch, and the coach thinks, oh, look at him closing down. But if no one's going with you or helping you, there's no point. All right, so that's a great way to conserve energy. Don't make them runs. All right, just get into a position, sit in. If you're a striker, midfielder, sit in a certain position. What I used to do as well, I used to do this. I used to get to a position early and sit in there, and then I'd walk. All right, to make sure I was in a certain position. So if a guy on the opposition side looked up and thought, shall I play it into who I was marking, my man? He sees me in that position. He thinks, no, it's too tight. I won't give it him. Obviously, but if I'm a little bit lazy and I hang back and think if the ball does go there, I'll get there then, obviously I've got to sprint there. So what I used to do is just a nice jog, get into position early, so I'm in a right position, do things right, so you're in the right position, so just in case the ball comes to your man, you're already there to try and persuade the guy who's going to pass in the ball to not pass it there. I'm here. Alright, that's another good little trick. Get into position early, and you can do that by jogging. Alright, if you're getting into positions late, you've got to sprint there. That's going to take up a lot of energy. Hope that's answered your question, Tim. Great question. That's all my quick Twitter questions for today. Thank you, boys, for being crazy in the background while I was doing the soccer video. Say bye. Keep asking those questions. Hopefully a video coming once a day from next week for the next month or two up until Christmas. Let me try and help as many of you as possible, and we'll go on. We'll take it to that next level. We'll improve your game slowly but surely. Thanks for watching MPTV. Matt Piper. See you next time.